Ah, there you are. Don't let the cloak fool you. I'm not who you think I am, but I know precisely who you are. Recognize this? The mask of the self-proclaimed mythical magpie. That name made me laugh the first time I read it. But you gave the knights and guards of this kingdom no reason to laugh as time went on. The Blades of the Moon were a scourge to this kingdom, and as one of their most successful thieves, you contributed a lot to that. Someone could buy 3 mansions with the collective spoils of your heists, and my captain tells me no one could make escapes even half as fast as you did. In a strange way, your cunning led to gaining fame in this kingdom, whether it be infamy or otherwise. The magpie made people anticipate things never anticipated before. It's impressive. Or, it was impressive, but the person I see behind this cell is no magpie. It's almost tragic. Underneath the dark mask and genius tricks, you're just a common thief covered in dirt. From nothing, with no one. It must be humiliating, waking up in a barrel, beaten and bruised, surrounded by officers holding your own mask to your face, and from what your accomplices have told, all of it was because of some scarf-wearing maniac with a grudge against your boss. My. So quick to desperation from a little mention. I come with no news on the vigilante, but I do have news regardless. News of your worst fears coming true. Most of your allies are dead. We didn't do anything. Aside from arresting them, the circumstances of their deaths were, how should I put this, work-related. Tell me, what's the biggest sign that a crime gang is on its last legs? Close, but not quite. It's when those arrested suddenly get stabbed behind bars by inmates who weren't there before. It's a sign that someone powerful is desperately trying to keep all their little secrets safe. You wouldn't happen to know anything about your leader, would you? Calm down. I'm no assassin. I want no harm to come to you at all. That's why I demanded most of the skilled and observant guards to be stationed here today. Be grateful for that. They saw a suspicious-looking man in a stolen uniform a few hours ago. If you've heard bows going off recently, that was the guard's parting gift. You're not going to trust me until I take off this hood, are you? Very well. It is just us and the guards. Behold, Prince Christoph Anton Romero III blesses you with his presence. You may bow. Still standing. You will learn how to treat royalty. Your life depends on it. Apologies. Damn places like this make me irritable. Now, as for why... Do not interrupt. But yes, you did steal that jewel, and any noble would have buried your cell's key for that, but I am not every noble. When that thief, wearing a bird's face, graced my palace, others saw a rascallion snatching our own history away from us. But the way you moved, your confidence, I can't quite describe it, but I felt something, I guess. Something else. That's why I know so much about the magpie, and that's why I traveled to such a dreadful place. Not for that jewel, but for you. Allow me to be the key to your freedom. Higher is a strong word, but I have a stronger one for you. Marry. Indeed, the idea formed a while after I started keeping track of you. And once I learned who you really were under the mask, the marriage form practically signed itself. Oh, I could absolutely be married to someone of a high class. That's the problem. Next year, when I'm 24 years of age, my father wants me to be shipped to the northern regions and wed the future monarch of that nation. I've met them in person, and they're quite nice looking, but there's so much more than a pretty face to consider. For one, they're very spoiled and needy and annoying. They barely let me control the conversation. They rely on their servants for everything, and most offensive, they went to my palace and had the gall to insult my decorations, mine, the ones I specifically picked out to my face. And the working agreement between our fathers state that one of his sons is to marry the person and stand beside them as consort, not rule with them, just be with them. I'd be an accessory, the heir maker, for someone I don't even like. This is not going to happen. There is a way around it. Gain a fiancé before my birthday, and the arranged marriage moves to my younger brother. Doing so means I stay in this kingdom as its future king, free to live my life as I see fit. The missing ingredient has always been the right person to marry, but then you got caught. No, I won't be marrying a criminal. In fact, I won't even be marrying you. I'll marry who you'll become. Allow me to explain. Tell me, are you not used to living as someone else, hiding behind a mask? You can do that once again, with the mask fully funded and created by my specifications. That mask will be a new name, a new wardrobe, an entirely new history. Think of yourself as a caterpillar. This cell is a cocoon, and the end result is a beautiful butterfly. That is what you would turn into. An elusive, wealthy cousin of my friend, whom I met at a ball and fell for. Why you? Because you're you. I want to turn you into a noble, not marry one. Nobles, well, nobles aren't raised like you. You came from the gutter, a grain of sand amongst thousands of others. You were dirty, but you were determined, and with your own two hands, you climbed to your own salvation, became part of an empire that could rival our own kingdom. That is admirable. Saying no to the earth itself, and doing what you believe is best for your own life. You deserve to be rewarded for that. Allow me to be your reward. You will never need to struggle. You will never need to plan another heist or look over your shoulder. I will take care of all of that. All I ask in return is that you do what I say and love me. Or what? Are you hearing yourself? Or what? The or is that I leave. Are you concerned I'm going to threaten you with harsher punishments? Bring you even further down? You're in a grimy dungeon in the middle of a dark forest. The only down is death, and even that's debatable. You have no reason to refuse me, so do you accept? A valid question. I suppose yes. The mythical magpie, as the public knows them, is unfortunately set to die a very painful death. Remember when I mentioned that assassin? I should have also mentioned that he died believing his mission was accomplished. The dungeon commander tells me you were in a populated area of the prison with plenty of other inmates, and then you were moved to this empty hall at the very bottom of it. Why do you think that was? No, the opposite of punishment. I ordered a criminal matching your description to be placed in your cell, and you can guess what became of that criminal. You're welcome, by the way. We can take the corpse of your double and have it burned and buried, and then place the assassin's own corpse nearby. The public will believe he died in the middle of your disposal, and that elusive noble Prince Christoph fancies just so happens to look familiar. It might be sad to have your allies believing you're dead, but there are benefits. No one will look for you. You can have anyone believe anything about you. You can see who will attend your funeral. It's a death to be envied, if you ask me. The alternative is dying alone, in here, by yourself. Let this be your final answer. Perfect. Eugene, open the cell. Not quite how you imagined walking back to freedom, is it? Before we walk out of this dungeon, I'd like to establish something. I am a prince, but I am not a snooty coward like we've been painted as. Any attempts to threaten me will be met with retaliation. You will follow my orders. You will be who I need you to be, and you will tell no one about who you once were unless I say so. 6 others in total know what I did, and only because they are undyingly loyal to me. You'd better fit every single definition of undyingly loyal as well as they do. Your life depends on this. If you understand, then kneel. Get used to that. You will be wealthy, but never think you'll have power over me. No one will, when I'm finally the king I deserve to be. You may rise now. Put this on. Follow me to the carriage. Don't fall behind. How excellent. Tell me, have you ever ridden in a carriage such as this? It's nice, isn't it? There are spoils just like this waiting for you in your future life. Our first order, then, is your new name. Any suggestions? Something you've always wanted to be called? Too short. Try lengthening it. Now you're getting it. Given time, it'll be inconceivable that you ever were a masked thief. What was it like, living the way you did? It's a world I was unfamiliar with until recently. Really? I can see that. Pulling the strings to make this all happen was complicated enough. Doing it that many times a month sounds exhausting. And speaking of exhaustion, that describes you perfectly. Not a lot of food lately? No worries, we can fix that. Sleep right here. The arrest in the dungeon will seem like a bad dream. Why not rest right on my lap? Because you're tired, that's why. Ah, yes. From pinning to a wall to soft flirting. I can see why you're suspicious. Well, it's because I want this to be the status quo with us. I stand by what I said back there. But understand, it's not out of necessity. I want us to live happy lives together until we grow old and pass. One little thing out of place could threaten that future and irreparably damage both of us. That's why you'll be under my protection, as mine. It sounds degrading, but I fully believe it'll be the perfect life for the two of us. I'll be powerful, and you'll be loved and fed. No need for greed and stealing, just mutual benefits. Love, if you will. In a strange way, you'll officially be a different person once you exit this carriage, meaning that the thief I fell in love with dies here. Why not spend your last moments as a criminal resting with royalty? That's the kind of death people kill for. Yes, rest here, my little magpie. Die in my arms, so you can be reborn splendidly as my key to freedom.